I'm in for some Wuthering Waves glazing. What about you guys? We're gonna go ahead and watch this video. This is called Wuthering Waves is Defying All Expectations. I got this recommended to me with the message that it's about woo-wah hate. So I'm very interested in that because woo-wah hate is very, very fun to disagree with because it's very stupid because woo-wah is obviously going to be the best game on the planet and God's gift to the earth, and Genshin could never. Subscribe!
A lot of hate recently, and you know what they say, right? With great success comes more haters. The more popular you become, the more hate you accrue.
This is very true for me, yes.
That has never been more apparent for a Kudo game than right now. I've done 2 different videos on Wuthering Waves over the course of the last week. One, Wuthering Waves and Zenless absolutely shattered records, which is sitting at 35,000 views.
People keep bringing up that Zenless Zone Zero has like 30 million pre-registers.
7% like ratio, almost 700 comments, most of which are positive. The second,
big flexing.
Just 2 days ago, Wuthering Waves is absolutely killing it. Sitting at almost 21,000 views, 98% like ratio, and over 300 comments.
You don't gotta give us all the stats on how awesome you are. Like, go off, King. We love the flexing, but my goodness.
Not all positive. Clearly, players are equally as excited, equally as happy. They mirror my sentiment. And while we have a lot of positive to talk about today, I just want to point out, on those videos, we receive comments like, Wuthering Waves is killing it. Yeah.
I think I've seen literally this exact comment posted on Twitter. It's so absurd.
All the Wuthering Waves videos from non-mainstream content creators getting 3-digit views really shows the hype from people and not bot pre-registration numbers.
Am I considered a mainstream content creator? Because my woo-wah videos do not get 3-digit views. I'm a smaller creator. I feel like I'm not mainstream. My videos don't get 3-digit views. My videos get at least 4 or 5 digits. I feel like that's pretty good.
Whole Kudo botting all their pre-registrations is just something that I cannot fathom, that people seem to, for whatever reason, think that this is the case. I'm not saying that they don't bot some of the numbers, but botting 20, 30 million, especially looking at the numbers that they accumulate in terms of videos on their channel, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions. I don't know, it just seems a little bit far-fetched.
I guess to me, it's also that for Wuthering Waves, that number has gone up at a pretty reasonable pace. Like, it's not been where it just like dumps in like a, 5 billion or something. Like, it'll go up 1 million like in a very reasonable amount of time as the game has been ramping toward actually releasing. And so I guess that's why I don't see it as being like botted. I don't know about the Zenless thing. I think it's pretty relatively easy to fake those numbers. For Wuthering Waves, I guess to me, it's been a pretty reasonable progression.
People are also going mental because there's free 5-star Echo, OMG. Apes don't even know what an Echo is. It's a trash that you farm in a game after 2 weeks. You'll have more 5-star Echoes than you know what to do with. It literally means nothing to get this. This person right here is complaining they're getting a free 5-star Echo day 1. Yeah, you might be able to farm it weeks out. You might be able to farm dozens of them weeks out. This is a free one, day 1, hour 1. Seeing people get angry at other players being happy that they're getting free content shows the state of gaming right now. Oh,
I guess it doesn't really matter to me that it's like, oh my God, it's a free 5-star Echo. It's the coolest thing ever in the whole world. The thing about the web event that's actually really cool and what makes it smart, and I think why people have hype over it, is because the web event makes you think about the game and how you're going to play it, right? You can plan the builds that you want to go and the characters that you want to build based on the Echo that you go for. Because if you do this web event right, you get an Echo that goes with the damage dealer you're intending to go with. I don't know that necessarily it's like, oh my God, free 5-star Echo. It's more about like, it's cool engagement. It's well designed. It's well made.
Well, we're close to release now. Biggest reality check of people's life coming 1 month after Wuthering Waves. The game is dead as fuck and no one is talking about it anymore.
I will be talking about it.
You have comments like this. Not gonna lie, the character intros are kind of gay. You got some teeny bopper talking in third person with imaginary friends, and you got a queer who dances around with a stuffed animal on his head. I mean,
what are we in 2004? What year is this that we're using gay as like a pejorative on the internet? Come on now, there's better words. If your problem is that they seem kind of gay, everything is gay, get over it. But like, who uses like, oh, that's so gay? Could you, like, when's the last time you heard somebody say that?
This right here is someone that doesn't understand other cultures and thinks for whatever reason it's like 2004 and typing out.
I also said 2004. I swear it's not pre-watched.
Stuff like this makes him seem cool when the reality is this makes him seem like he has a single digit IQ, and we're all laughing at him over on Twitter.
And also that he hasn't gone outside in a very long time and probably doesn't even speak to people on the internet to pretend that he has friends. Do you know that one SpongeBob episode where he's got his friends and it's like Penny and Chip?
Indoors, indoors, indoors. Take it away, Penny.
That's the sort of energy that, like, using "that's so gay" as like a pejorative and thinking that it's like a cool thing to say in 2024. Like, that's what it gives. It's like,
and we're all laughing at him over on Twitter. Or comments like this. They are freaks. It literally shows how insecure the Wuthering Waves player base is when they think anyone trash talking, rightfully so, he says, a dog shit, low effort, below average graphic looking game that is modding to death, that they enjoy Hoyoverse games. I quit Genshin in 2020. I played Star Rail for about 1 month till it ran out of content. I have zero interest to play at all. Zenless Zone Zero. People can point out a game is overhyped without being part of the competition, you smooth brains.
there's like so many problems with this concept. This person is very dumb. If you don't play Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and you're not going to play Zenless and you're not going to play Wuthering Waves, why are you watching Gacha? Maybe you should go play Call of Duty or something. I don't know. They're either lying so that they seem more like valid, because I do see people who are like, actually, I don't even play Genshin anymore. But they quite literally white knight for Genshin in every single comment section on YouTube, and they just don't want to like admit it because it's obviously like kind of cringe. If you don't like these games, maybe don't watch gacha content creators, because this person literally just makes gacha content. It's very weird.
Zone Zero. People can point out a game is overhyped without being part of the competition, you smooth brains. This guy is actually so angry. It is unreal. All he does is lash out, criticize, and attack. When having a discussion,
I do that too, but I'm also right, so it's okay.
Or an argument with someone, you know they've run out of things to say, and they have no defense, that they cannot refute anything you've said when they start resorting to insults.
Yeah, ad hominem is like the lowest form of response in an argument. It's not very good. You shouldn't do it. And if you feel like that's the only thing that you can say, I'm sorry to tell you, I think it's because you don't have a very good point.
Wuthering Waves is holding a Waking of a World tour.
Holy aboba. I don't know if this is ADHD brain or like Coomer brain or what, but like, holy side aboba. Holy.
They announced that, oh my god, that is the female rover. Holy.
Okay, all right. So at least we're on the same page. All right. Me and Styx need to be friends. We got the same thoughts. Great minds think alike, because like, man, holy aboba.
Crap, I just want to point out, it looks absolutely incredible.
That's a very, very polite way to say that. And I do respect him for doing that.
Fantastic cosplay. But they are...
Yeah, we're looking at the quality of the cosplay right now. Looking respectfully at the quality of the work for the cosplay. It was just that. It was nothing else.
Touring across America.
I didn't know
This is
that.
actually so cool. This is something that you don't really see gacha games do. They're marketing their games so well that they're touching on multiple different cities across the nation. Not only are they advertising on...
This isn't gonna work because gacha gamers don't go outside, you silly gooses. I don't think Kuro Games knows their audience. You think these people are gonna touch grass?
On social media, advertising across YouTube, TikTok. Not only are they advertising across websites, sponsoring creators, now they actually have a tour bus going across the country. Dude, that is a massive W. Then navigating on over to their website.
The marketing for Wuwa has been very, very good. And I feel like the hype has really started to like buzz again, because I feel like there's a little bit of like a dead period where people weren't super talking about it because it was between, you know, the beta and the release date and there wasn't much going on. But I do feel like so many people are talking about Wuwa and I'm really, really excited. The community just seems really nice and really positive. So I'm really, really excited.
I'm gonna discuss Zenless, Wuthering, and Solo Leveling Arise because I think all three of them deserve note here. Wuthering Waves has so far made it to 28 million
Dude, we're so close to that 30 mil or 20. Am I lying? Am I spreading misinformation? We get several million, tens of millions of pulls. I don't know, whatever. So in 2 weeks, we've gotten almost 9 million more signups than when the last time that when I talked about there not being enough advertising. Go pre-register for those pulls and also to show the hype for the game.
It is approaching 30 million, and there are going to be people like the person at the beginning of the video in the comment that says, oh, they're all just bots. And again, yeah, some of them probably are. Some of them are people that have multiple accounts so they can reroll. And then a lot of them are legitimate players that are just interested in seeing what the game is.
People will always have multiple accounts to reroll on. That's just Gacha.
These numbers are incredible. And I will admit, they are defying all expectations. Not just Kudo with Wuthering Waves, but also Zenless Zone Zero, which is sitting at almost 35 million pre-registered players.
I'm gonna be honest, there's a part of me that just wants to dismiss Zenless Zone Zero and any success it's had. After all of the Yomi-holic stuff and like just seeing the public's reaction to Zenless Zone Zero in general, I just want to be like so dismissive. Me personally, I'm just on that haterations grind set, and I'm just hating. I'm still gonna try the game just because I want to know, and I want to be able to speak about it from experience, but I am in no way, I'm a hater on this game, on G.
As of right now, as of the 8th of May, this might end up hitting 40 million by the time it launches. Wuthering Waves might end up hitting 30 million by the time it launches.
It's going to. It must. It will.
Solo Leveling Arise also managed to make it to 15 million pre-registered players.
I feel like pre-registrations are they just don't mean anything then. Because I had never once in my life heard of Solo Leveling Arise until about 3 days ago.
The Gacha game releases over the course of May through June are absolutely destroying records. But that could also be attributed to the fact that Gacha games now, or at the very least the larger, more popular, higher budget Gacha games, have a much larger pool of players that they can potentially get interested in their game when compared to releases just almost 2 years ago.
I think this is very fair to say. I do think that Gacha has become a lot more mainstream recently, and I do think that it's a really objectively good thing that the community is evolving in that way, because it means that we get a lot more fresh blood. Obviously the games do better, but also it means that we get more perspectives, different content creators, people who haven't been sitting in like sort of the stagnant old musty water that has been Hoyoverse and Genshin for years and years.
Games like Tower of Fantasy were in pre-registration, or 3 years ago when Genshin Impact was. The genre has exploded over the course of the last 3 years, and games like Solo Leveling Arise, games like Zenless Zone Zero, games like Wuthering Waves are all taking advantage of this. Once again, there is going to be a lot of hate that Wuthering Waves gets. Honkai Star Rail got an egregious amount of hate when it was approaching launch as well. People were saying the turn-based combat is garbage. The game doesn't look as good as Genshin. The world looks kind of like
I'm gonna be honest, I think that Honkai Star Rail overall looks better than Genshin Impact. I don't know if this is like a hot take, but I feel like the world looks better, the landscapes looks better because it's not trying to bloat an open world feel. And I also think that the character designs overall look a lot nicer. They're a little bit less like secretive about trying to appeal by having hot characters, where Genshin is like they're hot, but they're not trying to be like, Boba! Look at her feet! Look at her armpits! Quite nearly as much as Honkai Star Rail, and I guess I do appreciate them being a little bit more obvious and honest about appealing to people's armpit fetish.
They attacked everything they could, and Honkai Star Rail, for probably about half the year, ends up making more than Genshin makes each month. While Wuthering Waves might not accomplish what Genshin did, it is going to garner a surprisingly large audience of players that are willing to spend money and invest time, effort, and resources into playing it. I look forward to seeing how much hate I get in this video down in the comments below. But you can combat that hate by spreading positivity and saying nice things about the game. Now, if none of these games,
or just hate at the haters. Become weaponized. It helps the content creator when you fight with people. Spread hate. But yeah, I'm very excited for Wuthering Waves. I think that it is not fair to compare it to Genshin Impact. It's probably not going to do what Genshin Impact did. Anybody who's still saying that it's going to destroy Genshin Impact or kill Genshin Impact or it's going to do better than Genshin Impact is a little silly in the brain. Perhaps a bit lukewarm, room temperature IQ type thing. Overall, I think that this game is going to be more of a grower and less of a shower, and I think that is okay. We love them all regardless. Have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, say goodbye to YouTube. Man, please go pre-register for Wuthering Waves if you haven't already. I know a lot of you probably already have, but we gotta. Goodbye!